Hey, hey, my Geminis. How are you? Happy Born Day. I hope all of you have been enjoying your solo return day, June 1st, 2023. First and foremost, I hope that you have got up to give thanks that you was able to see another solo return year come back to you. This is Beautiful Intuitive Guided Tarot here, coming back to celebrate with you. As I have promised, I am gifting you a three-part bonus reading covering the areas that we all deal with each and every single day. First off, we're going to be starting off with a reading tapping into your personal, spiritual, developmental growth. Then we will get into the love and relationship area. Then we will close out with your money, job, career, money, and finance. All right. So with all that being said, oh, and by the way, just so you guys know, in addition to gifting you this three-part bonus reading, as always, I like to just express a token of my gift to you by offering up you this, if you will, this virtual cupcake. This is red velvet. And I'm not a fan of red velvet, so I will be giving this to my daughter. But anyway, I am gifting you this virtual cupcake, the pink for my feminine energies, and then we have the green representing my masculine energies. All right. So with all of that being said, guys, let us get into your reading. And I did want to bring you this bonus reading to you a little bit earlier, but there was a lot going on and I wasn't able to until now. But better late than never. And I definitely wanted to bring you this reading to see what you guys got coming up for this week, starting off from today. So a day or a week later from today's reading, you may or may not notice whatever is going to be happening with you in this week, but also know that just because this is a reading for all you Geminis collectively, it still is not going to be resonating, or you may not identify with the messages. As I always say, if the personal and spiritual developmental growth isn't resonating with you, perhaps the love and relationship may identify with you more. And if that don't identify with you, then you have the money, job, money, career, and finance that might be your reading. And none of it may not resonate, and it's okay. It's just not your story, okay? And that means that all is okay for you guys in terms of these aspects of your life. But I feel that for a portion of you, some of these, one of these parts will indeed resonate for you. All right. So with all that being said, you know what to do at the end. You just only take what resonates for you and leave the rest for your fellow viewers. So with all that being said, let's get into your reading. Let's start off with the personal and spiritual growth and see what's going on there for you Geminis. And so, as always, I like to start off with giving you what I called your overall energy message, that pretty much what will be the focus in this area. So when it comes to your personal and spiritual growth, the overall message that I got is your determined drive has been activated forward toward reaching your goal finally. So we're going to look at your cards, look at your spread, and see how this message will apply for you. What is really behind this message? All right. So I always start off with like an overall major energy to kind of jumpstart the rest of your energies. And so I started off by pulling from the Sun's Oracle deck to see exactly what will be that major energy that you guys might be kind of dealing with in terms of maybe a challenge for you guys. It could be a challenge, but it can also be something that can be a caution. But as well, it can also be something positively that you are projecting for yourselves within the next couple of days. Okay, so let's talk about the energy message, the overall bullseye message, and that was lust. Okay, so lust came out for you guys pertaining to this area. And so we are now going to tap into your tarot cards to see how the rest of these energies, it's going to be influenced by this overall energy of lust. Okay, so the first card that came out for you guys was the Seven of Staffs. Okay, and I must say that the staffs is equivalent to your wands. In the other tarot decks, it's the wands. So we want to see, how is it? What is the message behind the Seven of Wands? Then we're going to talk about the energy of the Ace of Staff, which is your Ace of Wands, followed by the Ace of Swords. And then the last card that came out was the Knight of Wands. So like I said, there's a lot of wands here. And that is why I kind of felt that the message was about drive, because wands deal with passion, passion for someone or something. Okay, so when it came to this particular area, I did get two messages for a group of you. So for one group or portion of you, there's going to be one message. So let's talk about that message. So remember, your overall bullseye energy was lust. Now, in what way is we talking about? How is lust going to play a part and when it comes to your personal? So for some of you, this is what the card or the energy of the card means. That some of you will be experiencing some kind of wild, love, lustful affair, so to speak, with a masculine or a feminine, okay? Switch the roles and apply it that identifies with your gender, right? So whichever way it goes, right? So for some of you, again, I'm going to emphasize that some of you, this will be pertaining to some type of wild, fun adventure, okay? Which means that maybe some of you are single, and so, you know, you haven't been per se, you know, out there, or haven't been per se, you've been on the market, but this is just like having fun, right? Wild times, if you will, hypothetically, right? So when it comes to lust, some of you, like I said, some of you Geminis will be engaging in some type of a wild kind of fun, you know, if you will, just having good times. And it may turn into something for one night, for a couple of days, but that's all it will be. Nothing more, nothing less, right? So that is for some of you. Now for others of you, this lust can be pertaining to your drive toward what it is that you are looking to achieve. For some of you, you have, because of the Seven of Wands, going back to that Seven of Wands, some of you have been going through some challenges, trying to accomplish something. And I'm feeling it has to do with your own internal passion towards something. This is not relating to a person. This is like your own personal goal, something that you've been wanting to accomplish that you haven't quite seen it come as of yet. And so you've been kind of back and forth trying to figure out why. Let me just get some water. And some of you are beginning to get impatient and feel frustrated because it's like, you know, I started out with such zeal and vigor towards something. Whatever this may be, you would know in what particular area personally that this is going to resonate for you. But whatever it is, the Seven of Wands is just saying that you have wished for something, but you haven't seen it come to its physical, material, physicality, so to speak. Okay, so that's what that means there. I'm going to go to the top energies and then we're going to clarify these energies. So that's for some of you. And then remember, the other aspect is that some of you will actually just be having some kind of wild love affair, okay? But nothing serious, nothing more, nothing less, okay? So you would know which one of the two messages will apply more for you. And then the next one we have is the Ace of Wands. So this is what I'm saying. For some of you might be seeing someone new. I won't say per se dating, but some of you might be on an adventure to just, like I said, because it's your birthday week, right? Because it's your birthday today, doesn't mean that the fun and the enjoyment of your birthday is going to actually end today. Some people celebrate their birthdays for the whole week, some for the duration of the month, right? But for some of you, I feel that you are just ready to just live it up, enjoy your birthday, you know, why not? Long as you do things responsibly, right? And having fun. That's what it is. So some of you are ready to start that new passionate adventure, however it is that it may work out for you. Now, the next card we have is the Ace of Swords. So the Swords deals with truth. It deals with communication, right? So for some of you, this could be just communication, going back to what I mentioned about that lust part, that some of you might be communicating to this person that you're going to just have this wild, lustful type of, partying type of energy to, that, listen, I'm just having fun, nothing serious. You're going to be truthful with them. You're going to let them know right off the bat. Don't take, don't get any ideas. This is what I am about for now. I'm not looking for love. I'm just looking for just casual type of fun. Now, for some of you, the Ace of Swords is the truth that you are realizing for yourself. That you're realizing, going back to that Seven of Wands energy, whatever it is that you started off being driven about, and you haven't seen much progress or accomplishment, it's like now you are accepting the truth that something has to change. So what are you doing? You're igniting that passion. Maybe you are re-strategizing a plan, something that's going to help you achieve what it is that you haven't seen any type of progress toward, if that makes sense, okay? And then the other card, the last card from the drawer of the deck was the Knight of Staff, okay? So the Knight of Staff is, once you have re-strategized, once you have faced your own truth to realize, okay, there's something more that needs to be done pertaining to whatever that goal or that endeavor it is that you are really set out to do, you are more than any other time now, starting off your birthday week and even beyond this week, you are determined to move and press forward, right? Now, just so you guys know that this overall bullseye card that we started off with, this is also connected to the energy of Aries. And you guys, even though you are of air energy, but it always helps any sign to have some type of energy exuding from Aries, because Aries starts off the zodiac sign. They are the first house of the zodiac. And Aries is a go-getter. They are set out. And this is exactly what the Knight of Staff is. If you can see closely, this person here in this illustration, they are looking ahead. They are not allowing any challenges or distractions to block them and get in their way. They are facing forward because they are determined to achieve what it is that they need to do. But after understanding what it is they needed to do, now they have more answers. They have the answers. They have more clarity. And they are going to put in whatever they need to, that vigor, that passion to get and achieve what it is that they set out to do. All right? And so that message, this particular energy, is for those particularly that is being drawn to achieve something that you haven't quite seen. So it's almost like almost when you think you want to give up, it's like, no, I can't give up, because this is something that my heart is really passionate toward. And so with that energy of not giving up and being driven toward it, you will accomplish it. If you believe you can, you will achieve it. And so the clarifiers just basically clarify that. So to clarify the Seven of Wands, we got the Nine of Cups. The Cups is a wish fulfillment. And just so that you guys know, at the bottom of that deck, we did have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune kind of seals the deal of big hope and promises, letting you guys know that things is moving in your favor. It's almost like saying, okay, there was a cycle, a period that, yeah, things were stagnant, that it wasn't moving. Now the wheel has come back to you. And just so that you guys know, there is a full moon that's coming up on the 3rd, this Saturday, which means that will be the time as well that you can utilize the energy of that full moon to really work in your favor. Because that wheel is right now in you guys' energies, you Geminis. Whether masculine, feminine, that energy of that full moon is beginning to kick in, right? Because today is Thursday. So another day or so, that energy of the full moon, but as well, that major arcana of the wheel is showing that it's in your favor. So again, whatever you are set out and focused to do, it's going to work in your favor. Your wish is coming to fruition. That's what the Nine of Cups is indicating. Now, to clarify the Ace of Wands, we have the Knight of Swords. So whatever it is, it's coming in sooner than later. It's coming in because the Knight of Swords is one of the fastest moving energies of the deck. And so it just lets you guys know that things is moving, working in harmony with the energy of that Wheel of Fortune, right? But it's coming in pretty fast. So it's almost like when you least expect it, it could be within this week that something comes in that you've been working on, or something that you've been passionate toward is going to come to your fruition. But do know, again, that time is fluid. So it may not come. It's almost like it's building momentum for you for the next couple of days. And then by that next week or within this month, it's here. All right? So look at it from that projection. Now, to clarify the Ace of Swords, we have here the Five of Wands, right? So the Five of Wands is, again, fighting for something, being competitive. And I don't think it's being competitive with other people. This is being competitive with yourself. Again, that Wands, fiery energy, right? You are being competitive with your drive, not being competitive with other people. In other readings and scenarios, this can indicate being competitive with other people. But this is being competitive with yourself. It's yourself that you are competing with. And so that's good, because it's like if you're competing with yourself, that means then that it's only you and you alone that you are competing with. And more than likely, you will succeed. All right? So this is a very good energy in this scenario. That's how I'm interpreting it. And then to clarify that Knight of Wands, we have the Star here. The Star is promise and hope that your wish has been fulfilled. When I was interpreting your reading for this particular area, when I was drawing to the stars, if you look, there's one big bright star there. That's that yellow star. But if you look closely, there are other stars. They are smaller, the white stars. And right away, I was drawing to, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 stars. It's taking me back to that energy of what we started off your reading with, the 7 of staff. So it's like those staffs or wands is actually these stars. So it's like you've been wishing and hoping that whatever it was that you had this passion for, you didn't see the type of progress or accomplishment. Well, guess what? It is here, because now all those times that you didn't quite see it coming, you wished upon a star. Your prayers have been answered, because now it's here. It shows that your prayers to see whatever this is to come to fruition, it has been heard by whoever your belief system is. You have prayed upon it. So when the star comes up, it's indicating all that you have manifested and prayed for, I should say, it has arrived. And that taps into your overall message when I mentioned that whatever it is that you've been determined toward, you have reached your goal finally. So you would know what passion that you have been driven toward, that now you would see it come to your physicality. This could be, like I said, in a couple of days, or it could be the week after, or even beyond. But it's very close, because remember the action and the energy of the Knight of Swords. It's moving fast. All right. So even though this is your weekly read as to what's coming up for you, this could very well play out for you in the following week, but within this month. The energy is building momentum. So keep that in mind. When you are almost close to saying, what's going on? Why isn't that happening? I want to give up. Just say, okay, the energy, the momentum is building, and it's going to explode and come out like that star. It's one of the brightest energies. Along with the sun, the star is one of the brightest energies of the day. So when this come out in the reading, it's very positive. All right? So that's what I got in terms of your personal developmental growth. Now we're going to see how your personal growth is going to transmute over into your spiritual development. And so the first card that I pulled out from the Sacred Traveler Journey, it speaks about a wandering path. It says, enjoy the journey. Now we're going to go into the book to get further into what does it mean to enjoy the journey. I'm sure many of you have heard it's not the destination that we should be concerned about. It's all about the journey. And when we enjoy the journey, it's being in the present, right? So we're going to see how this relates to you growing on your spiritual level, okay? So here it says, pertaining to this here, it says, you don't always need to know where you are going. Accept the fact that sometimes the path in life is circuitous and meandering. Yet, know that you're always exactly where you need to be, even if it doesn't seem like it. Be present with your journey. This is the key to inner power. So, overall, what does it really indicate here? Well, the traveler's journey says when you're traveling, you are in the present moment. A mystic traveler has no specific goals for the future and it's not focused upon the destination. Everything is fresh and new. At times, it's difficult to accept everything that occurs on the road of life, especially if the road seems to twist and turn in unexpected ways. And this is somewhat of what is going on in your personal. Again, so many twists and turns, so many challenges to achieve to what it is that you are looking at ahead. But understand that with those setbacks or with the stagnation of reaching your goal, there is something to still learn from and to experience, because it's part of what? Your immediate journey. Don't be concerned about the destination, okay? And then it says, trust that there is a plan for your life and it's unfolding perfectly. Every experience is supporting you for your highest good and your spiritual evolution. And so just know, as I always say, that your spiritual development is intertwined. It works hand in hand with your spiritual growth. So whatever lessons that you learn and put to your most benefit when it comes to your personal, it's going to help you on your spiritual journey, right? Because we all have a spiritual journey, right? And then as we close out, we have here, what is the universe, the brightest and highest white light, advice to you in continuing on your spiritual journey? We have, you are your greatest gift. Your life's journey is your masterpiece. So make your journey your own masterpiece. Why? Because it's yours and yours alone. And all will be okay. All right, guys. So I hope that this was helpful. If it did resonate, let me know by sending some fire to that thumbs button to give me a like. But as well, I will say that because I am now open to taking private readings, if at any time that you feel that you want to get a little bit more deeper into your own unique situation and to for me to help tap into your personal and spiritual growth, reach out to me, because when you reach out to me, particularly for a reading in this area, not only will you get more insight about your personal and your spiritual, but as well, I go in by even giving you your life path number, because the life path number is also a very good indicator of what your true purpose is. We all have a higher calling, and some of us may not quite know. So that is a part of when you get this particular reading. I will also, as a bonus, provide you with your life path number. And there is where you will ultimately find out what is your spiritual journey and how you can go about while you navigate both of these into this particular area. All right. So again, if you need a personal reading, but particularly for this area, the information will be in the description box. All right, everyone. So that's take care for that area. Now let's move over to the love and relationship, which I feel that some of you are always looking to get answers into. And so, when it comes to this area, the overall message is this: the time has arrived as your prayers for true love has been heard. So I will say that again, part of your personal is kind of bleeding over into your love and relationships. But I will say this, that this particular love reading or tapping into this area is only for those that are single. It's not going to be hitting the relationships, those who are in relationships. So if you are in a relationship, I can tell you right now, this is not going to be your reading. Because as I begin to pull the cards out, and when I finished pulling them out and got a sense of what it was about, it's really pertaining to those that are single and have been. All right? So for those that was looking for something more in your current situation, again, that is where I will say that if you are looking for something specific in terms of what your relationship is about and where it would lead to and what will be the outcome of it, again, go to the description box to email me and you can have a reading to tune in. That's for those that are in relationships and wanting to know. You can find out there precisely if you reach out to me and purchase a reading. And then I'll be able to tune in. But this will be particularly for my single ladies and my single masculine. Okay? So, the overall, so basically, let's talk about the cards that have come out for you. So, the first card that came out was the Eight of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Hermit. So, the Hermit, once that came out, a major arcana, and just so you know, at the bottom of that deck, once I pulled the cards, at the bottom was another major arcana of the Star, which is what we just got off from your personal, a wish being fulfilled, or a prayer, something that maybe you have manifested. This is what the Star's energy is about. Your prayers have been answered. So when it comes to this area of love, for my single masculine and feminine, you know, when we look at the Eight of Wands here, the Eight of Wands is something that is finally coming to your, it's coming to your fruition. It's coming to fruition, I should say, right? So I feel that maybe some of you have been single for quite some time, and some of you had to go through a healing out of a relationship, a past relationship, and you needed time to heal. But at the same time, after you healed, it's like now you are ready to open back up to love. It's like you're giving love a second chance, right? And so with that being said, you are no longer wanting to be single. You want to find true love. The love that you thought that you had in the past, it didn't quite work out. And your heart was broken. And like I said, you needed time to heal. But the reason you haven't found anything is because you weren't fully ready. You hadn't fully healed from whatever this hurt was from your past relationship. When we are looking for love, but yet, when we're looking for love, but yet we are still holding on to past love, or if we haven't fully healed from that, especially if we didn't have some type of closure, but it's the aftermath of dealing with that closure from that past relationship, sometimes it will block us from receiving or attracting new love, if that makes sense. So you have to be fully healed, my masculine, my feminine, if this is your situation where, you know, you had to heal fully. So now you are ready for love, you have healed, now love is coming to you, because we got the Star here, we got the Eight of Wands here, which means that it's coming in sooner than you may realize, okay? So this might happen for you guys this week, your birthday week. This might happen within your birthday month, right? Because although you guys are celebrating June 1st as your solar return day, I always feel like we wait a whole year for our birthday to come around. Why should we have to end celebrating it on the day, right? We can extend it for as long as we want to, right? So for some of you, I feel that if this is not something that is happening for you in the next couple of days. This could happen for you in the next week ahead. All right, you will let me know in the comment section how this all plays out for you. But ultimately, like I said, we got the Three of Swords here as well. So Three of Swords is that you guys have been hurt in the past, but you are letting that, you have, like I said, healed from that past trauma, that past hurt, from being in a relationship. And now you are looking to come out of being single, because the Hermit card is about exclusion, solitaire, being alone. So you no longer wanting to be alone. You want to actually open up to receive love. And so to clarify these energies and how I know that it's on its way to you, my masculine, my feminine, the first card to kind of see what the message was behind that Eight of Wands, we have here from the Love Oracle deck, we have here healthy choices. It says, making healthy choices in love and in life. Self-love, self-care, being happier. So when you took that time to heal, not only did you heal yourself from inside, but now your inside of healing is now ready to be shown on the outside, on the external. And that is bringing you someone that is going to make you happy. This is going to be true love. It's going to be healthy. So we are basically saying that your love that's coming to you is going to be healthy, and it's not going to be that unhealthy relationship that you just came out of. Now, I don't know how long it's been, but it could be a couple of months. For some of you, it could be maybe a few years, But I feel that, like I said, however long it is, now when this person come your way, it's going to be like worth your while, right? It's going to be something that is going to be healthy. It's going to make you happy, right? We all want healthy relationships, right? Now, to clarify the energy of the Three of Swords, we have here, the first one that came out was healing heart. And that's just what I had mentioned, that you guys' heart have healed. And that basically just means healing from heartbreak. The Three of Swords is about heartbreak, right? I love it when my cards all synchronizes, and it just really amazes me. My spirit team is amazing because they help guide me to the energy of the cards that will kind of connect the dots to make it make sense for you guys. But it says here, healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. So you guys have healed from that past toxic, unhealthy relationship, and now you are going toward attracting a healthier relationship. And at the bottom, I had to pull it out, is heart with a key. What does that mean? It says welcoming love, meeting the one, opening your heart, getting together. Perfect. So this could be you guys' potential soulmate in the future. But the main thing was opening your heart, and that's what I said. And before I pulled these cards out, that's how I connected or interpreted the energy of Three of Swords. I'm like, okay, their hearts is healing. But at the same time, they are no longer stuck in this hurt energy. You guys have fully healed, and you are ready to be open to someone, to be open to new love. And it will happen because we got the star there. The star is a wish being fulfilled, right? That is at your base overall energy that's influencing these other energies pertaining to your love area. Now, we have here, to clarify that Hermit energy, we have here abundance. So this is another great energy indicating and showing that keep a positive mindset, manifest exactly what you want, gratitude and bliss. So there's bliss ahead. Like I said, you guys have manifested this. This is also the energy of that star card. A star is you have manifested, you have prayed for this, right? It's almost like you've been patient, but now you're getting impatient. So don't, because it's coming. The eight of Wands, it's almost like saying it's here. Okay, it's coming to you sooner than later. So your prayers have been answered. And if you did, in fact, go to your spirit source, you went and you said, listen, I am healed. I'm ready now to open up for someone new. They have heard your prayers. It's a coming. All right. Now, as we close out, I wanted to close out with some angel advice. And the overall final message of these energies is, so the message behind healthy choices, we have here wedding. It says this situation involves marriage. So whoever it is that's coming towards you, my masculine, if this is a feminine that you will be meeting this week or beyond that, it will be someone that you will see as marriage material. And for my feminine, if you are approaching or will be meeting someone of masculine, he will see you as marriage material. And after getting to know each other and spending time with each other, as y'all guys grow together, it is in the future that it can lead to marriage, wedding, right? So that's a very good positive. Now, when asking spirit what is the overall final message and their advice with the energies of healing heart and heart with a key, we have here retreat. It says it's time to disconnect from the world. So again, when you guys are spending time together, that quality time to get to know each other, when you have that time to really get to know each other and connect, and you see that you guys are in sync, this is a love that will grow. It will be something that you will see as compatible for you. You will see this person compatible for you, and the more and more that you guys spend time alone, it is something that will build and get stronger, that it will in fact lead you guys to feel that this is the one. I have found the one, right? Makes sense? And as we close out to get the angel's advice and what is the final overall message behind abundance, we have here healing family issues. It says your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Now, for a moment, I said, okay, for some of you, this will apply for some of you. Maybe some of you parents was giving you pressure, like, okay, when are you going to get married? You know how parents are sometimes when it's been along, and if they're looking for like grandbabies, it's like, when are you going to get married? When are you going to give me a baby? And sometimes they mean well, but sometimes parents can sometimes put the pressure on us, and it's almost like, well, I'm not going to just fall for anybody. I want somebody, when they come to me, I want somebody that's going to be, you know, it's going to be true love, genuine. Nothing that's going to bring any type of low, negative, toxic energies to me. So if I have to wait, then that is what I would do. And maybe behind it, you guys maybe, you know, said something out of line to your parents, and maybe it caused some type of, you know, issue. Well, now when you go to them and say, well, listen, once you know that it's the right person, it's like, I have found somebody. They're going to be happy. And right there, in that aspect, it will heal that family issue because of your love life. Because now it's like they see, finally, love has arrived. And like I said, they mean well. They want what's best for their son. They want what's best for their daughter. So, you know, despite all of that, it's a lot of healing that has taken place. And with all that healing and really loving yourself, you did open a door for true love to come. All right? And again, if this did resonate with you, if this area of the reading resonated for you, send some fire to that thumbs button to give me a like. As well, give me your feedback and let me know, or come back to let me know if any of this has played out for you. And again, the same thing with the personal. If in fact it didn't resonate for you, but you are curious to see what actually will be going on for you when it comes to love in itself, or for those that are in relationships, let me know. The information is in the description box to let me know exactly what kind of reading you want. And if it's particularly for a relationship, let me know, and I will provide you the information once you reach out to me by email. All right? So that takes care of that. So that's 2 down. We have 1 more to go, guys. And that is now the area of your job, career, money, and finance. And for some of you, this is what really is what you want to know, what's going on in this area. So for this area, the overall message is this. I think I got 2 messages. And basically, the first is, don't be a workaholic. Pay attention to other aspects of your life. And then the other message is that there will be one true opportunity that will bring financial happiness from all the rest. And so now we're going to go into the energy of the cards to see how this message will play into your overall message for this last part of your bonus birthday reading. All right, guys, let me just quench my throat. All right. So the cards that have come out for you, we have the Lovers, the Seven of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and then the last card that was drawn for you was the Seven of Swords. So what does these energies mean? And just so you know, at the bottom of that deck, we had the Devil. Okay, so not the best energy. For the most part, the Devil, it's not, it can be a challenge, but it can also speak about addictions. It can speak about your shadow self, more about your shadow self. But it's also an understanding. Sometimes it doesn't have to be negative. It can just be like a caution or a warning, but in a positive sense. It's almost like making us aware of something that we need to avoid, or something that maybe we need to kind of slow down toward. Because if it's an addiction, and yes, being a workaholic is an addiction, right? So, and that's actually what is the main chunk of this message for you guys. That some of you are actually working way too much. And don't get me wrong, working is a very good thing. Wanting to make money is a good thing. But everything in balance. There's always a balance, right? Too much of anything, it's not good. And I think that it kind of is the message here. So let's get into the cards. So with the Lovers, this speaks about work, okay? It could be career, but I'm thinking more about jobs. For some of you might be having multiple jobs. You're doing quite a few things all at once. And it's when it speaks about the message overall in terms of what is your warning. The warning would be to slow down. Like, really, do you really need to have that many jobs? You know, find one or two that's really, because I also pick up that some of you actually are in a comfortable, good space with your money and finance, right? That some of you don't need it, but it's almost like you have this job, but when something, an opportunity comes, you are very quick to want to gravitate it because you love money. There is having a love for money, and then there is having a love for money, all right? And like I said, you know, money is the root of all injurious things, right? I don't want to sound like I'm preaching, but it's just the realization of really kind of going back to, you know, being a workaholic. And when you are a workaholic, you will be neglecting other aspects of your life. So for some of you, if you are single, you might say, well, before I get to the single, for some of you that have families, okay, this could be a feminine or masculine. If you have a family, you have children, you have a spouse, a mate, maybe you are working so much that you don't have time to spend with your family. And so there's a need to slow down and to maybe give up a couple of jobs, right? But you may say, well, me from Twitter got a tarot, you know, I have a family, I need to sustain the family. But I feel that some of you are in a position that even with having just that one job, this is about overindulgence, if you will. People overindulge in alcohol, right? People indulge in sex. Some people overindulge in other types of entertainment. Then there is overindulging in work. That is the crux of the message. It's not to say to stop working, by no means, but how much time are you putting into your work? And then you are leaving out your family, or if you don't have kids, leaving out your spouse, right? And then for those of you that are single, you may say, well, I don't have no children, I don't have a spouse, I'm single. Even so, what about you? Are you pouring into yourself? Are you overworking that you are neglecting you? Because to me, the Knight of Cups is about that. Pouring into your own cup. You're pouring into other jobs, but when have you poured into yourself? Now, the Knight of Cups, when it comes up, it can, you know, speak about different things. But in this scenario, I'm intuitively picking up about pouring into yourself. Because this In illustration, this masculine here, and you know in tarot there's no specific gender. This could be a masculine or a feminine. It's looking at that cup. It's like, when was the last time I have poured into me? When was the last time I have, taken a break from work, take a vacation, or whatever it is, to enjoy myself? Because after all, life is short. After all, you don't want to have to work and then don't have time for play or have time for leisure. We all need leisure. But if you're working, you're not putting any time toward leisure. So this is, like I said, just a warning, or just an harmful, critical, you call it, what is the expression? This is, I can't think of it now. If I think of it, I'll say it. But this is just helpful criticism. There you go. It's helpful criticism in a sense where some of you really need to just tone it down. Now, before I got to, I skipped over the Seven of Cups here. The Seven of Cups here, you see all these cups? This is, in this illustration, this is someone who has so many different choices, so many different jobs, if you will, because we are speaking about job and career here, money and finance, right? That it's like they have so much so much more than they can think of, and it's like reaching. This is where balance comes into play, because again, you don't want to overindulge whatever opportunities, but sometimes you have to realize, when you do that, is it really benefiting you in the long run? Because as we go down to the clarifiers, it will also illustrate or indicate that with each opportunity, with each job proposal, is it really going to be something that is going to work for you in the long run? Or is it going to be something that you're going to wind up being hurt behind because of your overzealous in trying to make that extra buck? And like I said, I'm not knocking if you're trying to make extra money, but like I said, if you are sustainable already, do you really need to have that extra? Because extra also can put a focus on external material possessions and wealth. And it's like, yes, we want to treat ourselves. There is treating yourself, and then there's where we are engaging in things that can become injurious to us, and we don't want that, right? So in displaying and keeping, a sustainable type of living and not living beyond our means at the same time. This is for some of you. You don't want to overindulge and live behind your means. But in retrospect, I feel that this is gravitating toward jobs and opportunities where it can affect you, whether it affect you individually or affect in neglecting your family. All right, so let's clarify these energies here. Now, to clarify the Lovers, and how is that Devil's energy, which is your overall card, how is it going to influence that? To clarify that Lovers, we have here the Knight of Swords and the Hangman. So the Knight of Swords is indicating, because it's next to that major arcana of the Hangman. The Hangman is taking a pause. You're moving too swiftly. You're moving too fast. Things around you is so fast. Maybe these are opportunities, and it's okay. But there's only, at the end, there's only going to be one, right? It's only going to be one that's actually going to be the one that's going to pay off in a big way. But if you are overlooking that one that's really going to give you that major breakthrough, that financial breakthrough, is because you are turning and twisting here. You're turning and twisting here. So it's almost like you're losing sight of what really truly will be for you, right? So it's just telling us to take a break, slow down, right? Take a break, slow down, and think about the choices when it comes to our job, career, money, and finance, right? And when we slow down and take a break, it's not telling us to stop altogether. It's just a temporary break. It's a temporary break for us to kind of put things into perspective, because sometimes we get overloaded and we kind of lose sight of what could be right before our eyes, but we have so many other things going on all at once, and that's never a good thing, right? Okay, so now to move over to clarify that Seven of Cups, which speaks about all these other cups here, which could equal and equate to opportunities or jobs, because some of you, I feel, have multiple jobs, right? So to clarify that, we have the Three of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. The Three of Swords is if you get caught up with these other opportunities, one of them is going to wind up hurting you, disappointing you, because you didn't really, because you acted, you took action too fast. You didn't quite think about it, because maybe it was what they was offering you that drew to you, that you was lured by. But maybe after accepting it, you realize, and wait a minute, there's other things going on that I did not see. You know, sometimes in life, when it comes to work, when it comes to love, when it comes to whatever area, sometimes we get caught up in the illusion of something. And when we're caught up in the illusion of something, we are fogged. We don't see clearly until the aftermath. And sometimes it might be too late. And sometimes we can come out of it. So why not get trapped into that illusion of thinking all that gold doesn't, how was that saying? All that gold is not glitter, but you understand where I'm coming from. So you have to really be very cautious when deciding on what is the best career move for you. Be cautious when it comes to taking on more than you need to, right? So that's what it's saying. And at the bottom, because I'm focusing on that Ace of Pentacles, which means a financial breakthrough. That's why in my overall energy message, I said there's a financial breakthrough. It's going to be one financial breakthrough that's going to be there waiting for you. And at the bottom, I had to pull it out, we got the Tower. The Tower is sudden. Something sudden will happen for someone of you within this week or the week ahead. But within this month, something is going to suddenly happen. That's one aspect of what this Tower could mean, which would mean then that you could drop off. It might be so big that it combines those other jobs that you have, so you are able to end something or end two and just have that one financial breakthrough or that one job because of this big financial breakthrough, right? So that's what that means. Now to clarify the Knight of Cups, we have here the Magician. This is the part where I mentioned earlier that some of you, when it comes to neglecting other aspects of your life because you're focusing on your money, on your coins, and although that's okay, but everything still is within moderation, right? And so I don't know your situation. You may need it. But again, if you feel that you have to hold on to that, know that through prayer, know that through your dedication and understanding that there are other factors in your life that is just as significant and important to you, you will find that you have what it takes to bring balance into whatever area of your life. Because the Magician, for this particular scenario of the reading, it speaks about laying down that coin, putting that job to the side, and focusing on other things. This image here, this person is holding the wand. The wand is passion. That passion could be hobbies, goals, whatever it is on a personal level. But also there's a cup there. Cup represents love. So turning your attention to love. Maybe you are single. Maybe it's time for you to stop overworking and kind of pull back to open up to love. And then if you already have a relationship with somebody, then maybe it's spending time with your person. So for this particular reading, this Magician, because overall in other readings, I feel the Magician is the illusion of not knowing that we have the resources to do something. But in this here, this is just talking about focusing on other aspects of your life. And when you do that, everything you will find will be equal. Because sometimes, you know, we can be out of balance when it comes to focusing more on one area of our life and neglecting the other areas. All our areas of our life should try to, as much as possible, we should bring some type of equilibrium to it, right? Now, as we close out, we're going to clarify the energy of the Seven of Swords. I don't think I mentioned it earlier, but the Seven of Swords, I feel that it's overworking. right? So much working where, you know, it's just, if you're with a family, maybe you're working quietly, where maybe you might be telling your spouse, I'm out with the fellas, when actually you're at work. Maybe you're trying to keep it on a down low from your spouse. Whatever it may be, but to clarify that, we have the Four of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Pentacles pertains to wealth, material work. So when it comes to your physical work, the Four of Pentacles is saying, pull back a little bit. Pull back from working too hard. You're overworking yourself. And that's really what it comes down to. Some of you are really overworking and you don't really need to. Enjoy life. Life is short. So you want to be able to have business, but pleasure. And for some, you need a little bit more pleasure. You need a little bit more leisure time, right? So I hope you guys are listening. At the end, you all have free will. You have a choice. At the end, you are the final interpreter. I'm just giving you my guided advice in terms of what and how you can take the advice and utilize it to the best, but hopefully to the positive. All right, everyone, this ends this reading, this 3-part bonus reading. And like with the other readings, if you want to get a little bit more further insight and clarity into what else you need to know specifically for your area when it comes to job and career, what might be coming up for you in the next couple of weeks, or what have you, reach out to me. The information is in the description box where you can get your own tailored personal reading pertaining to this area when it comes to job, career, and finance. And you will get to know personally, because with all these readings, it's for all you Geminis, right? So that means that it's not going to, resonate for each and every one of you. But again, it can resonate more closely for you with reaching out to me to get your own reading. All right, my Geminis, this is it. I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't mean to be this long, but I hope that some of this reading did resonate and that it will help you for this week and maybe even beyond. So until the next solar return day, I'm wishing all of you a wonderful birthday, as I know that some of you probably will be going out tonight to celebrate even more and to really light it up. All right, be safe, peace, love, and light. Namaste.